This photograph, May 10th, 1977. Joan Crawford lies lifeless in her bed, her face smeared with cold cream, utterly alone. And this one, 1945. She's radiant, draped in pearls, the new queen of Hollywood after Mildred Pierce. She's 39, an Oscar winner, adored by millions. So what happened between that golden night and the lonely end? It all came down to one thing: fear. Fear ruled everything she ever did. She began as Lucille LeSueur in Texas, 1904, a girl born into poverty, scrubbing floors to get by. But she dreamed bigger. She danced her way out, reinvented herself, and became Joan Crawford. By 1928, silent films made her a star. Then came sound. Everyone said she wouldn't make it. Her voice too rough, her image too old-fashioned. But Joan refused to fade. She transformed again, adapting, surviving. Yet that fear of failure, of vanishing, never left her. By 1943, her luck finally broke. MGM dropped her. At 37, the studio branded her box office poison. She was considered finished. No one wanted her. No one except Warner Brothers, who offered her one last shot: Mildred Pierce. In 1945, she won the Academy Award. Her career resurrected. But from then on, she lived like a woman running from the edge of a cliff. Every success only deepened her panic. She could never relax. Never believe she was safe. Look at her photos from the 1950s. Flawless, sculpted, almost inhuman. Beneath that perfection, terror. She couldn't let herself age. Couldn't risk imperfection. In a world obsessed with youth, Joan turned herself into a mannequin of control. At 50, then 55, the roles disappeared. Hollywood moved on. She didn't. She clung tighter to her work, her home, her children, her image. Control became the only thing standing between her and chaos. What most people don't know is that Joan adopted 4 children: Christina, Christopher, and twins Kathy and Cindy. She thought motherhood would soften her, make the world love her again. But you can't rehearse being a mother. Christina grew up inside that fragile illusion, watching the woman behind the makeup unravel. The drinking, the rages, the infamous wire hangers. The same control that built Joan Crawford's empire was now turning inward, devouring her family. In 1962, she returned to the screen in Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. At 56, she played a washed-up actress haunted by her sister. But this wasn't just a role, it was a confession. Her co-star Bette Davis despised her, and Joan returned the feeling. Their feud fueled the film, their mutual hatred immortalized on screen. The movie became a sensation. Joan had one last taste of relevance, one final curtain call. And then, nothing. The 1970s came, and the world moved on. The phone stopped ringing. No offers, no scripts. She shut herself away in her apartment, living on vodka and memories. She watched her old movies on TV, rewriting her own legacy in interviews, pretending she was still thriving. But look at the photos from those years. She's frail, gaunt, painted in makeup like armor. Still performing. Only now, there was no audience left. May 10th, 1977. Joan Crawford dies of a heart attack, age 71, alone in her New York apartment. The mask, literally and figuratively, still on. 4 days later, her will is read. Christina and Christopher are disinherited. The reason? For reasons well known to them. That was all. Her final gesture of control. Even in death, she had to win. Then in 1978, Christina strikes back. Her memoir, Mommy Dearest, is published, and the legend explodes. The wire hangers, the beatings, the tyranny, Joan's carefully constructed image collapses overnight. Everything she built, her stardom, her legacy, burns to ash. The woman who fought so hard to be remembered is now remembered for her cruelty. Christina gets her revenge, and Joan, she can't defend herself. She's gone. Now look at those 2 photographs again. The poised Oscar winner, flawless and untouchable. And the still body in bed, cold cream hiding the truth. One is the performance. The other, the cost. Joan Crawford spent her life terrified of becoming nothing. So she built herself into something extraordinary. And in doing so, forgot how to be human. In the end, the applause faded, the lights went out, and fear was all that remained. That's the real story behind the legend.